Welcome to Rock Valley, Iowa, and Thunder in the Valley. It's the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series, diesel 4x4 trucks. To get it kicked off, this is Skylar Leeper.
Diesel pickups, the fastest growing class in the United States. Everybody likes trucks, everybody likes smoke, everybody likes speed, and everybody likes the power. What a pass to get this show started. He laid down a pass of 3:05 and 66. A great looking run.
And that is the mark to beat. A great look inside. This ain't your dad's pickup truck, and that ain't the emergency brake.
That ain't the emergency brake. I call it a gunning rod. Most people calls it a throttle, but when it goes down, the power comes up. Shows you what he looks like driving the truck down the track. Nighttime pulling don't get any better than this at Thunder in the Valley.
In the heart of the Midwest, there's a band of modern-day marauders. Mounted atop their beasts, they line up to throw down. They are outlaws.
Welcome once again to Rock Valley, Iowa, and Thunder in the Valley. Hello, everyone. I'm Claude Wood along with Dave Bennett and Rick Carlson. We have all the exciting action for you today. It's diesel 4x4 trucks and later on, two-wheel drive trucks. Now keeping it going with diesel 4x4. This truck's called off again. This is Brent Jarecki.
Man out of Nebraska is going to do it a little different way. You notice he's only got single tires on the back. Now, you can run singles, but 99 and 9/10 people run duals. He even pulls the motor down on single tires a little bit. He goes 264 and 98. Let's go down to Rick Carlson and see what Brent says.
Brent, what's it like out there?
The track's pretty good, but there's a long class back here. There's 12 trucks, I think, so there'll be some good hooks after this.
Now, after making a pull, is there anything you would have changed before you got up, knowing what you do now?
Oh, I should have probably brought 2 more tires, but I didn't, so we'll see what happens here.
And our next driver is Ryan Stahl. He calls his truck spooled up, and that's what he hopes to do right here.
That's what you do to a turbo is you spool it up. Better quit. Whoa! I was just fixing to say you better quit bouncing because that'll cause some damage. And I think we got some damage here, Claude. I'm not too sure.
Something for sure let go.
Probably in the drive line. You can see the smoke. Look at that rear end bouncing. Something in that drive line turned loose. He spooled up just a little too much.
So his day is finished, and that will bring up Brent Meyer. A good luck right there inside the cab. Brent drives Lincoln Diesel Specialties.
He also comes out of Granite, Wisconsin. Here's a guy that don't run Outlaws. He comes to the big show in Rock Valley to show us what they run like in Wisconsin. I'd say they run pretty dadgum good in Wisconsin, way on down there. 293 and 42, good and smooth, nice and level. You can't pick that pull apart.
No, you can't. And here is Matt Riddle. Matt is out of Castana, Iowa.
He got a great name for his truck, calls it an 89 Dodge. Take a headlight out, put you an air horn in there, get a big turbo, take it to Rock Valley, Iowa, and pull a distance of 260.16.
A pretty good pull, and here is Josh O'Connor, smoking diesel black, he calls it.
Oh, the smoking truck. Now this man, one of the top runners out of Greenwood, Missouri. Hear that motor humming. Oh, look under the hood. Look under the hood. We got a problem. He ain't giving up till everything gives up. Man alive. Well, we're trying to get the fire put out. We get the measurement. He takes second place by .07, 7/100ths of a foot. He takes the lead, but I think, Claude, it was just a little costly.
It sure was. We can't see from here, Dave, but what do you suppose happened?
Since he started down on the motor first, I'm going to say it's a diesel line, but I bet you that Rick Carlson finds out for us.
Josh, it was bright, it was pretty, then it was smoky, not what you wanted.
No, it was on a decent pass, and I think we had a high-pressure fuel line come loose and gave up the power.
Well, fuel line, that's something easy to fix for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we can get it back together.
Looking at the leaderboard, Skylar Leeper leaping legal limits into the lead by 12 feet. 7/100 separating second and third. Coming up after the break, it's Danny Marlowe, and he drives Blackout, creating thunder in the valley.
The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series is being brought to you by VP Racing, Makin' Power. Extreme Performance and Tire Cutting, a cut above the rest. Clamp Tight, the clamp making tool. And by the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association, Thunder in the Dirt.
Welcome back to Thunder in the Valley from Rock Valley, Iowa, part of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series. In the middle of diesel 4x4s, this is Danny Marlowe out of Cedar Falls, Iowa.
Bringing RPM up. A little bouncy on the line, but we're going down the line with Blackout. He drove past the 100-foot. The motor was lugging, just never come up to speed. I think he knows he's got a problem. He's going to have to settle for 132.43.
Our next puller drives Hillbilly Bone Unleashed, and the mark to beat is 305.66.
Yeah, Jesse Knight, one of the guys you better look out for because he's always right there with you. A little bit of a bounce. He's past my 100-foot flag, but you better get it on. I was looking for more smoke. I was looking for more power, so he's going to go into fourth place at 291.62.
Well, we'll see if the Shades of Gray can get it done. The driver is Cole Matthews. He's out of Savannah, Missouri.
Well, this is not his first rodeo, that's for a fact. Great puller on the pulling track. Love to hear them motors talk. It's hammering, it's digging, it's going down the line, and used every one of the ponies. If he'd had two more ponies, he might have went to the lead, but he's going to settle for number 2 right now at 300.41.
Go to the replay, Dave. I notice a red light inside the cab. Fans may be wondering, what is that?
That'd be an oil pressure light. Kind of gives the guy an idea of what's going on in the motor. Lights go out or lights come on. They tell him he better do something different.
And that will bring up Jason Good out of Holden, Missouri. He calls his truck Disposable Pleasure.
Never got a chance to talk to Jason to find out what disposable. I like the dollar signs and S's. Motor's just trying to work hard. Losing a little bit of smoke, but he still stayed in there, but just couldn't get far enough down the track. 283.33 is what's going to happen to Disposable Pleasure.
And the Blue Smoothie Express will be driven by Jamie Larsey.
Another one of those Wisconsin trucks you better look out for. This man comes out of Richland Center, Wisconsin. Motor's smooth. Truck is smooth. There's no bounce, no flutter. Catching up with the flagman. You know when that happens, you got to be out there right where you want to be. 3:23.29. Nice distance. That looks like it's going to put him in the lead right now.
A great pull, and you would struggle to find anything wrong with his pull.
When you go to the lead, you can't. Let's see what he thinks about it. Let's go down to Rick Carlson.
Jamie, you pop out of there happy.
Yes, I think I had a really nice run there. It felt good coming out. It was biting a lot harder. I think actually as the class went on, I think the track, the moisture was coming up and it was taking more power. I was a little worried that maybe early on it would be a little better for me, but it looked like I powered through it pretty good and made a nice pass. So hopefully it'll hang in there and it'll keep that distance will keep on top.
One puller left, Dylan Lemke. The distance to beat, 3:23.29. He hopes it's not lights out.
Yeah, he hopes not. You've seen pullers out of Iowa, Wisconsin, Missouri. Now we're going to go to Nebraska. Struggling just a little bit. Runs out of power. Just a distance of 288.05 is all he could muster in that pull.
Diesel 4x4 final results, not even close, but Dodge first and second place. Chevy in third.
And I tell you what, the big money, the big paycheck, and the big trophy is going to go to Wisconsin in the hands of Jamie Lars.
Stay with us. When we come back, the rookie from Texas will get us started with two-wheel drive trucks. That's Ray Miller. Welcome back to Thunder in the Valley from Rock Valley, Iowa. Another great crowd on hand today. Two-wheel drive class coming up. This is Ray Miller, and this is only his 4th pull down the track.
Edwin Anderson and this man right here, Ray Miller, all jumped into the sport of pulling in a big time when they bought this truck. Their wives named the truck. Bad decisions. Oh, did that motor pull down? He's the first puller in the class. He could turn that pull down, but I think he's going to take it at 281 feet.
I wonder if the wives are saying now, see, I told you. Here's Tim Mikowski. He runs an air conditioning business.
The thumper truck. Timmy, you talk about a rock and roll guy. Ain't nobody likes to go harder, go faster, go farther than this man. And did he ever? Did he ever? 303 and 45, front end up in the air. He will enjoy that pull.
Well, that is the mark to beat, and you can get a good look at everything going on outside the chassis and inside right here.
When those blue butterflies went wide open, he was asking for 2,000 horsepower, and he proved that he is one of our top-notch pullers.
Well, I really love to hear those engines cut loose on methanol. Well, here's a vehicle that runs ethanol. Now, earlier today, Dave caught up with Scott Jensen.
I got to ask you right off the bat, you've always been ethanol, but why?
It started out basically as a sponsorship, and I had a learning curve to be able to figure out how to make it run. We're using 42% less fuel than they are, and yeah, it's a good performance fuel.
The body is very, very unique. What is that body?
It's a 1942 Dodge. COE stands for cab over engine. Yeah, I found it in a Grove. I've actually got 5 of these trucks. Decided to make one into a puller.
Well, Dave, it looks extremely heavy to me, is it?
Well, it is extremely heavy, Claude, because of the body style. Motor just not coming up for him. It's such a new machine. I mean, he's still in testing, still in development, trying to figure out how to make this whole thing work.
Well, you know, it may be a work still in progress, but I really enjoyed watching him run, you know?
Oh, it's so unique. Now, we just found out he dropped a weight off the beginning. In fact, you see him waving them down right there. He dropped a weight. He is going to be DQ'd. Now, keep in mind, this thing is made so different underneath there. The weights ain't out where everybody can see them.
Well, now back to methanol. This is Notorious, driven by Jared Weens.
Jared, the son of Scott, passed the driving around. Good-looking machine. Looks like you want to drive this down some street in California somewhere. I love the looks of this machine. Got the power. That Hemi's walking. That Hemi's talking. 298 and 84 moves him into second place right now. And, Claude, this is a very smooth run. You want that front end to come off the ground.
You really do, and hats off to this machine for not only having the show, but, man, he can really make it go.
Those butterflies wide open. You always want to watch those butterflies. That tells you when a driver's asking for power.
And that'll bring up our next puller, backing up, getting ready to go down the track. This is Randy Wendling. Earlier today, Rick Carlson caught up with him.
Randy Wendling, two-wheel drive trucks, and that's the only C-cab here. What made you pull it C-cab on it?
This is brand new this year, and I just wanted something that was different from everybody else's, and that's the only reason why we went with it. So I was going to quit pulling, and then I used to have two-wheel drives. I sold them, and then this here came along, so that's why we put different style on it. So
special delivery, trying to get the product all the way down to the other end of the track.
Been a long time since I've seen a C-cab on the track. This man's running on 7 cylinders. That is raw alcohol coming out of that back pipe. A 7-cylinder machine, still going a great distance of 260 feet, .10.
And a good look at the only Chevy motor in the class. This is the Texian, driven by Kelby Shaw.
Young man got this truck, still learning the tricks of the trade. The Chevrolet motor's a little cheaper to get into for him. But don't give up on a Chevrolet. Just because the rest of the boys are all running Hemis, this little Chevrolet can get right in on your pocket. Young man, you talk about a guy having fun all the time. This guy has fun all the time. Actually goes into third at 288 and 83.
All right, Dave, going to put you on the spot. You have driven one of these vehicles, so is there any way you can put that experience into words?
The hardest machine of all the classes to drive. You really got to feel this machine in your rear end the whole time.
Kelby, there are times that Chevrolet just has its tongue hanging out trying to chase all those Hemis.
Yes, sir. It hangs in there every once in a while, so ain't bad.
It looks like you're having fun.
Oh, I'm having a blast. I always have a blast. We didn't break nothing, so that's the best part.
As we go to the leaderboard halfway through the class, Texas represented by first, third, and fourth place. The only Chevy in the class, he's in third. Stay with us. We'll be back.
The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series is being brought to you by Precision Turbo, the world's foremost manufacturer of high-performance aftermarket turbochargers. Sapp Brothers, welcome, be our guest. Graham Tire, your tire store next door. And by Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation.
Welcome back to Thunder in the Valley, under the lights now in Rock Valley, Iowa, part of the Outlaws Truck and Tractor Pulling Series. Richard Morris getting ready to go, and as Rick Carlson found out, his profession spills over into pulling.
Richard Morris stays fairly busy. You must be a dynamite welder. Everybody wants to see you.
Well, I'm a busy man, wanted man around here most of the time, because people break, they come to me. I mean, this thing is kind of like a family deal, you know? I mean, you take care of your people, your friends.
We see you doing all the welding. How long have you been welding?
Well, I've been welding since I was 15, so that's about 40 years. So I ought to be good at it, but I think my wife's a little better than I am, but we won't tell her that.
And this is one cool-looking 46 Willys Jeep. Richard Morris, Buffalo's Chip. Up we go.
Front end up in there, he likes it up there, but look out, man, oh man. Whoa, Richard, you're over the line there, dude. Way out of bounds. I guess he figures if you're going to get disqualified, you might as well not leave no question. He goes out of bounds at 271 and 64. But Claude, a great takeoff, just wound up wrong.
Yeah, I guess the question is, what pulled him out of bounds?
Kind of hard to tell right there when it went that way. Now, I know he's had some trouble with the rear end, but we thought we had that fixed over the summer months. He'll work on it some more.
Here comes Dee Polson to pull next out of Springfield, Nebraska. We've seen her pull over the years. She's a pharmaceutical rep.
The Bad Company machine. Now, don't sell this little lady short. She will get right up there. Springfield, Nebraska, her husband farms. While she's out selling the pharmaceutical supplies, you see the for sale sign on the front of it. You get into a good one right there. She goes 285 and 96.
Our next puller driving the Missouri Gambler is Bill Oberste. He is 70 years old, driving a 26 Ford T-Bucket.
Guaranteed, don't sell this old man short either. Everybody in this class are killer dogs. 70 years old, sitting behind 2,000 horsepower, hammering and charging, looking over the side just see how far did I go. He goes 288 and 32.
Real good run. I would be afraid to call him old. Here we go from behind the driver.
You get a sense of what the front end looks like up in the air, how the driver bobbles around, the noise involved, the tires throwing the dirt up. Nice pass, Bill Oberste.
And that'll bring up Brian Nelson getting all set there. His truck is the Texas Stampede.
Texas boys own the sport of two-wheel drive with Outlaws. A lot of them come out of deep South Texas. This one being one of them out of Rome, Texas. Man won Louisville years ago. See him leaning to the right there just a little bit, trying to get that machine to go to the right. And he's not going to be satisfied with his distance. 283 and 43, not a typical run for the Stampede.
And the neck collar goes on. Cole Zychek getting ready to pull. Dave, a lot of T-buckets. Why are these machines so popular?
See a lot of T-buckets, and that's because of weight distribution. This class is so critical on the weight up front. You want a light body where you can move weight around. Cole Zychek is our 2015 defending points champion. Just drives it nice and easy and smooth. Looks back to see where he went. He goes number 3 at 293 and 88.
Close, but that won't get the job done. The Lil Whip, this is Mindy Nelson, a big winner in Louisville.
You bet. National Farm Machinery Show. You win there like she did. People from coast to coast knows who you are. And the Little Whip won, top contender in the points race. So she's having to fight that left side. You seen those front tires turn? Going to burn it in at 283 68. Now, Claude, the little lady had to fight the brake to keep it in bounds. She started on the right side.
Well, that brings up the question, is the track changing at this point?
Well, it is changing. The nighttime pulls, the moisture comes up. They could have had 100 pounds too much weight over on the right side. You never know what causes it to go one way or the other.
Mindy Nelson, this is a pretty tough pulling course.
Yeah, this track doesn't like me too much. Pulled me really hard to the left, but I try to do my best.
Chad Musel out of Kansas City looking to beat 3:05.66.
Well, Chad and his father Paul to share the driving on the straightforward truck. One of the few pulling machines out of the state of Kansas. Looking pretty decent right here. Just run out of ground speed. The straightforward didn't go forward far enough at 278 and 33.
This is Robert Zychek. By trade, he's a rancher. His truck is called Gunsmoke.
Well, this be the dad to Cole Zychek that we seen earlier. Whitey owned, and Whitey is his nickname. He owns more titles with the Outlaws than anybody. Oh, something went wrong. Look at that blower belt. The blower belt, the blower pulley come off the front of it. He is broke dead in the water at 143.82.
And that will finish up the two-wheel drive class. 3 of the top 5 are from Texas. The Chevy, a good job down in 4th place. Ladies 6th and 7th. Rick Carlson caught up with a very happy and supercharged Tim Mikowski.
This is great. We've been working on this for the last 2 years with this truck, and this is our first with it. And we got a couple of seconds. We're happy as hell. Thank you.
Now, you're not a rookie at this overall.
No, I've been pulling for 31 years. I started in 1985.
But this is the first one from Rock Valley and in Thumper.
Yes, sir. It was a good run. Thank you very much.
When you win Rock Valley, it don't get no better than that.
You are certainly right there, partner. Well, that will put a wrap on it today from Rock Valley, Iowa. Now, for Dave Bennett and Rick Carlson, Claude Wood, so long, everyone. See you next time.